CEOs drive their Aston Martins, their McLarens, whatever. Inventors are able to create like an iWatch or whatever the hell they want, like Google Glass, virtual reality, stuff like that. And tuners, if you don't know what a tuner is, it's people who actually know what to do with their car. They can blast past people in like the freeway and stuff like that. And all these people, what they have in common is the fact that they've all been able to show off their accomplishments by getting to where they're at and being able to be proud of what they've been able to achieve. So as college students, you probably won't be able to do most of this because it's all really expensive to like do any of that stuff. But what you can do actually is work out. And working out is a great way to feel proud of yourself, accomplish something, and yeah. Okay, so the points I'll be getting into is how easy it is to work out, why it's a great way to spend your time, and how it can benefit your life. First off, it's really easy to get into working out. So my personal experience, I started working out because of the fact that in the 4th grade, I was pretty fat, like Eric Cartman, like like from South Park. Yeah, I was like a little Eric Cartman, just like not that much of an ass. And so I started working out to like better my image because I didn't really like how I looked. That like, nobody's probably gonna want to be friends with like a fat kid. And sorry, that came out a bit wrong, but like, I don't know, I just wanted to look better. But anyways, so it's really easy to start working out. Like for me, all I did was get a jump rope, and that was basically it, because that's all you really need to start working out, because it's like a chair, you can like do push-ups or whatever, and if you have like a pull-up bar, you can use that, and dumbbells, stuff like that. They don't really cost that much money, like $10 or something like that. And so what I started doing was just like working out every day until I finally got to like a point where I liked how I looked, I guess. And then just kept doing it because of the fact that I wanted to keep improving myself, I guess. Okay, and even if you don't have like the money or don't want to spend any money on like going to a gym or like buying equipment for yourself, then like you don't need to buy jump rope or barbells or anything like that. You can just like run around your block or do push-ups, as I said, do sit-ups and stuff like that. Okay, so next I'll get into why it's a great way to spend your time. So on a survey done by CBS, it said that in America we spend more than 5 hours a day watching TV, and that's not including like on our phones or anything like that. So just watching TV, we spend 5 hours. So instead of those 5 hours just wasting your time, I think it could be much better used working out for the fact that in another survey done by I think CBS as well, almost 80% of adults, 18 and up, don't get recommended exercise. So that means people are just like wasting their time watching TV, doing anything else aside from getting like the recommended exercise that they need. Okay. So now I'll get into why working out can benefit your life. So working out can really benefit your life in the fact that it can reduce your stress. And so I found this on The Greatest. I think that's what the article is called. It says that working out increases concentrations of more fine, which helps to moderate stress. So that basically just means that when you work out, your brain kind of like helps you to not be as stressed, or like to help you manage your stress and stuff like that. And so that'd probably be pretty good for like college students, you know, pretty stressful over like finals and stuff like that. So working out also increases brain power, as it's been shown, because it also increases protein derived by the brain. And I also found the greatest, because it showed like a top 15 list of what the brain, or what working out can benefit. And so basically it's just like saying that, you know, more working out, more brain power, like that. And so in conclusion, I believe that you should all start working out because of the fact that it's really easy to get into. It's a great way to spend your time, and it can benefit your life.
So Alexis, what did you think?
It was pretty good. He could have been a little more clear in like certain things, and it was good because he like cited his sources, even though it wasn't like a lot, but he cited the ones that he did. And he seemed like unsure, but like he knew what he was talking about, but he still like second guessed himself. It seemed like, but you know, otherwise I felt crazy.
All right. Well, that opening was a little confusing. I mean, I think I get the idea that you've got here. You know, look, if you've got a technical accomplishment, you can show it off by driving a fancy car. If you, if you've got a particular skill, you can perform those kinds of things. But what is it that most of the average people can show off? They can show off their accomplishments about their body by working out. Okay. I think that's kind of the point that you're trying to make. It doesn't come across that way. At the beginning, I was like, wait a second, is this going to be about technology? Is this going to be about people, the rich versus the poor? Where the heck are you going with this? I had no idea. When you finally got to the topic, I just kind of was shaking my head going, well, that feels like it's completely disconnected to what you're talking about. Reverse engineering it, I can see where you're headed with it, but I'm not sure that it works as well as you want it to. You do have a pretty clear statement of what your goal was. I thought that was fine. And there's a structure that you lay out in the preview, so that is also pretty good. Your personal experience, I think, is fine as a way of illustrating that point. That's the closest that you get to having some emotional connection with the audience, and I think you need to do that a little bit more. It feels a little bit like you give us the explanation for what the solution to the problem is before you tell us what the problem is. The problem is that we're not exercising enough, that people avoid doing it because they think it's costly or it's time consuming. And you guys got to stop talking because it's distracting me. Roberto, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk and I feel like I have to talk over you, and that's a problem for me. Okay? So I'm sorry. So it feels a little bit like you get the cart before the horse. In other words, you're telling us, you jump and rope, you can do barbells, you can do exercises on the chairs, that sort of thing, before I even know why and then you come back to that issue again. So it feels like it's, those two things have been juxtaposed and they need to be in the opposite position. There's a little bit of research in the presentation. You've got the CBS research that you cite, and then there's another citation. It says, was it the greatest? Is that the source that you're using? I don't know what that is. It sounds like it's a website, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they put together lists or something like that. That's a good example of a citation that's a little unclear, since we were just talking about that. If you want to say, according to the greatest, a website that accumulates huge amounts of data on everything, here's what they say are the best things to do, or the 5 greatest ways to accomplish something. All right, then at least I know where that came from and why it is I'm listening to it. I'm not sure that it persuades me very much, because as an authority, it doesn't sound to me like it's much more than just somebody who's generating content online for people to click through. You know, it sounds like clickbait to me. That's what it sounds like. I got to be honest with you. And I'm not exactly sure that BuzzFeed, articles are the place that I want to be going for information. And I don't know what the greatest is, but it doesn't inspire confidence at this particular point. All right, let's move on. We've got